Hi everyone, and welcome to another installment of my channel. I know Bini Guyabanda ASA. So, today's installment, took me actually a while to record and edit. And the reason of it is just because, like, the dynamics behind it all and exactly what was happening. And so, yeah, I do apologize, but I still want to thank you all for still choosing to watch and, be with me through this journey. So, I went to Kenya about a month and a half back. And this wasn't really like a holiday where like it's all fun and whatever. This was a bit personal in the sense that like I went there straight after getting out of hospital. So it was a time of meditation, a time of rest, the time of reflection, time of healing as well. Like as much as one spent, I think I was in hospital for almost 3 weeks. It's quite long. Like you can hit depression moments in there because like as they're still trying to figure out what's going on, you feel like you're not getting better, you feel like you're getting worse. And also being in there was actually quite eye-opening. So going to Kenya just came at the right time, and I don't think it was an opportunity that I could let go of because I think I needed that moment just away from the noise, just to heal and reconnect with my body. But few things did happen, and I just want to give my whole review and whole experience of this whole place. So don't forget what to do best: share, like, comment, and let the people know that your girl has got another thing happening. Love you all, and here's to watching my video. So thank God that we actually have a direct flight to Kenya. So our holiday destination was Mombasa, and I was going with my mom. Like, that's one thing I like about my mom. Like, she's truly my travel partner when people are unable to do things with me. And also due to extramural activities, get to travel with her, which sometimes becomes cheaper for me in the sense that like accommodation is taken care of. But besides that, that is not the reason. So now like I'm saying, luckily we've got a direct flight to Nairobi, which is Kenya Airways, and then we're going to Mombasa. So therefore we had a connecting flight. Can I just take a moment? Can I take a moment and complain about Kenya Airways? Guys, like, no, like, I understand the aviation industry in Africa is growing, but yeah, Kenya Airways actually disappointed me with so many things. One, the lack of communication between a flight, delays, what is happening, like, got us waiting. Number two, the staff is so unfriendly. Number three, the unprofessionalism that was witnessed. Can I tell you what happened during check-in? So get to the airport as per usual. International flights, you have to be there for 4 to 2 hours early before the departure time. Get there and we see damn long ass lines. Like we don't understand what is going on. Then, as we're talking to people and finding out, there's been people who've been at the airport since 10 o'clock that morning because they were supposed to catch a flight at 2 o'clock, which is still same with Kenya Airways, and no one is communicating properly with them what is going on. So our flight was midnight. Fine. Get there around 9:30, check in. Go through security, and the lady was, ma'am, they've printed the wrong ticket for you. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, listen here, go back to the check-in lady and tell her that the wrong ticket has been printed because when you get to Nairobi, you won't get into the flight to Mombasa. I was just like, damn, okay, now I must walk back because of the unprofessionalism of not checking and double checking your work and making sure that all is good. Get there and they were like, sorry, this is not our fault. You should have. I was like, no, but I am not working as a check-in person. This is supposed to be your job. Then they complained about my luggage. Yo, guys. So actually, let's not get into that. That is a story for another day. So while we're in there, now we already checked in. We're in the international side of our Tambor. Get to stamp my passport visa, right? Then the customs guy is like to me, please go and make an announcement to the guys that are sitting at that gate that the gate has changed. I was like, nah, my guy, I can't go and make that announcement because one, our flight has been delayed twice without prior knowledge. You know what I'm talking about? We're all finding this thing as people are talking or while we're standing in the line for check-in and everything. Mind you, check-in even took us almost an hour and a half. Okay. Then he begged me. I was like, okay, I'll go and make an announcement. Everyone is frustrated. Okay. Due to being frequent flyers, we make sure that one thing I make sure I always have access to lounges, guys. I cannot sit on chairs until Kingdom comes, right? That is definitely not me, and that's not how I move. I'm already sacrificing by flying economy. Let me at least enjoy a bit of luxury and comfort before I enter into economy. One day, girl's gonna be rich enough to only fly business and first class. We're getting there, okay? So then, while we're chilling at the lounge, literally, I think 20 minutes from customs to walk into the lounge, the time changes. So from midnight to 1 o'clock, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Like I say, no SMS, no nothing, like zero. Don't you think that I rather would have come in at 1 o'clock knowing that my flight was being moved to 4 o'clock because my bed is more comfortable than me sitting at an airport? And it's cold that time. Mind you, we've already entered winter, well, autumn, but these days there's no difference between winter, autumn, or summer and spring. It's just like one big thing. Okay, fine. Flights get delayed. It is what it is. Then we get in. Now, the flight is packed to capacity, like packed to capacity. It's so bad. Then I'm sitting next to this one guy, and he's actually explaining how, oh no, mind you, so most of the people, sorry, let me backtrack a bit. So most of the people that are there are also taking connecting flights. Guys, I know sometimes it's cheap, but listen here, I'd rather go to your Qatars or your Dubais because quite a few people missed the connecting flights because of this miscommunication. And don't forget, if you're getting a connecting flight, they can only delay for so long depending on how many people are flying to the next destination. So this one guy was telling me that he's flying to, where was it? I think it was Switzerland. And he has left his house at 10 o'clock in the morning and he's been at the airport. Mind you, to catch a 4 a.m. flight the following day. Yes, sis, I would be so pissed. And mind you, he did not get communication. Literally before pushback and start, that's when the SMS comes in from Kenya Airways to say flights have been delayed. And they don't give you a reason. As the pilot is pushbacking, of course, they give us the story that the fact that they had to fly the aircraft back empty to go and fetch another one to come here because it had technical problems. Wow. That's that. But one thing I'm actually happy about that whole experience, that girl managed to fly in a Dreamliner. Gotta love that. It's quite comfortable. I loved it. Then one other thing that also irritated me was the crew members. Those air hostesses need to go for more training. I am sorry, Kenya Airways. That is a fact. They were so unfriendly. Really unfriendly. I asked for water and then they told me that, no, you should have asked for water during food services. No, I think it's just simply water. Can't I get water whenever and however I want to? I'm thirsty. You know what I'm talking about? So the food wasn't also the greatest. I didn't even try to attempt because I saw next to the people next to me. I know I chose halal. So when the food came through, it wasn't even halal. So what's the whole point of us choosing our dietary options if we're not going to get those dietary options, and you're not sure who's who? Because when you choose your dietary options, you choose your seat. So you should know that, for example, Kabetwetu is sitting at 18A and she chose halal, kosher, vegetarian, or you know what I'm talking about. So there was none of that. So that was also a huge disappointment. Connecting to Mombasa, disastrous as well. But it is what it is. I guess everywhere is developing, and I hope next time, like, landed in Nairobi, had to take our bags, like that was our final destination. Mind you, then there's 45 minutes. Because of the delay, there was a 45-minute run from us collecting our bags, customs, running across the airport. And when I say run across the airport, it's not a sense of like in the building. You exit the domestic side, or you exit the international side, across a strata. Like, hey guys, I'm a highway, across the strata. And then you get into another whole building. Mind you, there's no buses, there's no go-karts or whatever. So that was also quite disappointing. Then you must go and do another whole full-in check-in process in the domestic side. Fine, that was done. We managed to get like literally on the nickel of time, nickels. Get into that connecting flight, and guess what? We are starving. We've been on a 4-hour flight. Fine, I get it. Nairobi to Mombasa is a 45-minute. Guys, they literally served us nuts. Yes, lalangani. Like that much of it with water. If you've taken a flight to Durban, depending on what flight you do use, I know surface and stuff, like you buy food, whatever, but the ones that serve food, they give you like at least a young sandwich or like a packet of chips with chocolate, something sustainable, like patalile. Like, so can I get that service? But anyway, that's that. So those are the few things I can say about what happened, and I was not really happy with the whole experience that we got while there. I know some videos have been flying past as I've been talking, but besides that, let's move to the actual holiday. Hot, guys. Yeah. Humidity killed me. I won't lie. I was sweating from the time I landed to the time I departed. Like, we were there for 5 days. So flew in on a Monday, flew out on a Friday. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. So like sweating. You sleep sweating, you wake up sweating, like the humidity and the heat. And mind you, that time they were saying it was their winter. The one day it hit a good 92% of humidity. So that was kind of hard to breathe in. But the benefits of that, girl came back glowing. As you can see, my skin is giving, okay? And I'm still benefiting from that, even though it was such a while back. The place was beautiful. It was good to be in a resort that like wasn't far from the beach, able to see everything. Things were from a walking distance, or everything that we needed were literally within that resort. So that was really, really, really nice to see and experience. So that's that. And yeah, that's all I can say, guys. So continue watching the video and to see all the things that I got up to. The views from my bedroom. I actually love that they've got like an adult private pool, so you don't get associated with the kids. And then of course the beach is literally a walking distance from our room. That's amazeballs. Definitely going to the beach today. Always have to try what the locals have. The following morning, I just had to keep it fresh, you know what I'm saying, to continue with my detoxing and healing. They had a very wide spread of food, and then they had so much of the traditional food that was there. So we had to try that, well, me personally, because like I like to learn new things. So this is some of the things that I tried on the first breakfast that was there. They had like magunya stuff that was really interesting. Not that I was jet lagged, but I had to hit the gym just to get my body back being active, sitting for so long, and just like feeling alive again. So the
Guys,
gym
for
was my
some odd
thing. Then in the
reason, in the
evening,
evening,
I had to go and see the beach
the
since I
beach
didn't
is
do it on the
also
first
so
day.
peaceful
So
over
this is what
here.
I did and tried their food. Like, yo, guys, food there. Story for another day, but this is me looking cute at the beach that night. And once again, had to try a local drink. Once you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. You know what I'm talking about.
This morning had a young guest, guys. Monkey came through to visit. Like, say hello. What do you do? After having that surprise breakfast where they brought me a cake, somebody had whispered in the ears that it was my birthday coming up. I decided that I wanted to see the streets of Mombasa, so I headed on to the mall because I needed to get some cash to pay for some of the activities that I wanted to do later in the week. And luckily for the driver, he was nice enough to just give me a young tour of Mombasa. So it is the last day, and I decided that I was going to book for an activity where you have to pay for a permit, and literally we go into the beach. Basically, I was going snorkeling, and of course locals will be locals where they get excited to see tourists and try to sell you things. But this is very nice that this business is run by not like your tourist locals or the hotel, but like locals who are trying to make a proper living. So basically they take you onto these boats that they have basically manufactured for themselves, and that was happens. I got a song by a guy because I came from South Africa and he thought a Lion King song was made just for us South Africans. But the walk to the boat was something different. You know, the sand felt different, the water was warm. So I was really, 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 really excited for this whole experience. So we get to a part where we meet other people who do the exact same business, and I guess this is like the, I don't know what the right word is, but like you basically get down and you get to see the fish. So basically it's a young snorkeling session. So what they do is they go underneath and they put some bread so they can make sure that like the fishes come around your boat so that you get the ability to see all of them. Of course I had to go into the water, so these are like the small little pics that they did and took of me while I was trying to navigate in the waters of Mombasa. but I was also wondering how I look. Then they take us to a spot that's very shallow where you can continue swimming and you get to see things like the starfish, which I was so excited about because I've never seen a starfish. So we get to see how it operates, and they explain to us and just take a whole lot of pictures and see the white sands under the ocean. The ride back was amazing, but I couldn't wait to get back to the hotel and get some alcohol to wash all that salt. Once again, I met my friend. Then I decided that evening that we're going to take a walk and actually see the villages that are nearby, but the heat got the better of me. So this is how it feels like being in the other parts of Africa. So we ended up being at the mall to have the last supper and a few shopping, of course. Following morning was for us to say goodbye, heading back home, which was not a smooth travel. I will say I was happy to be home. Once again, thanks for watching, and please do the right thing.